and good evening. I'm honored to be here to lead this our tonight. Since I don't speak English very well, please allow me to finish just speak in Japanese.
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so it's so amazing to be back in front of the camera, giving you guys that long form content, that world-class boxing talk, that world-class boxing content like we've done for many years here on True School Sports. I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you guys for watching. I had to talk about this. I had to come here real quick and just discuss this because it was talked about a little bit on Twitter, but I don't think this story was made enough of a big deal throughout the boxing community like it should have been. So as, you know, someone who's covered Naoya Inoue since 2016, I don't think any American content creator here on YouTube has covered him as consistently throughout the years as I have. I think it's very important that this story gets put in its proper context and we really understand the moment of what happened last night. So, Inoue was in New York City to accept his award for Fighter of the Year, a very, very important and prestigious award that fighters can win. And in the midst of him accepting the award, obviously he spoke in his native tongue, which is Japanese. But right at the beginning of his speech, as you guys saw in the beginning of this video, he spoke English, and I gotta give him his credit. You know, it's hard to learn a different language. You know, I want to learn a couple of different languages myself. It's hard, so I respect him. I thought his English was pretty solid, and I think, as like anything else in life, like boxing and anything else in life, as you practice more and get it more in the setting, you're gonna go ahead and get more comfortable and get better. So you know, he spoke English, which for someone like me is crazy, right? Because like I said, I remember back in 2016. When he was fighting guys like, what's his name, Koi Kono, and you know these different types of fighters that nobody really cared about back then. Barely anybody in America knew who he was unless you were a hardcore boxing degenerate nerd like myself. And so to see him be in the States speaking English, it really brings it full circle for someone like me. And I really think this is gonna have the same effect on his career that I think speaking English has had for the career of Canelo Alvarez. I mean, Canelo Alvarez was obviously a huge star before he spoke English, but when he started speaking English, when he started speak English and he started cursing at people in English and stuff like that, that took his star power to another level, especially here in the States. Because now people that don't speak Spanish or understand Spanish can now connect with him and really see the mind and the spirit behind the fighter that they like to watch, right? And it's the same thing with Inoue. We know he's a great fighter. We know that he has an amazing blend of speed, power, defense, offensive creativity. He's one of the best finishers in the sport. There's a lot of things, a lot of positive attributes to talk about when it comes to Inoue inside that ring. But of course, because he speaks such a different language than, you know, English or even the Spanish, there's always been a disconnect from the American audience Inoue. So I feel like the more he's able to speak English, obviously he doesn't have to, but I'm saying if that becomes something that he's going to continue to get better at, because I do think, not that he has to, but I do think there is going to be a fight that will present itself here in the States that'll be big enough for him to come and take. You know, whether it be whoever the hell winds up becoming the unified champion at featherweight by the time he moves up, or potentially Gervonta Davis. Now, I know people will laugh and scoff at the Gervonta Davis idea, but he was talking to Jorge Linares last night, and the conversation was translated from Japanese to English. And because, you know, Linares, he trained and lived a good portion of his life in Japan. So Linares speaks fluent Japanese. So he was speaking to Inoue in Japanese. And what the conversation was transcribed to, pretty much Inoue was saying that on fight night, he walks around, in the Neri fight, the Lewis Neri fight, he walks around at 137 pounds on fight night, which, if you're looking to do a Gervonta Davis fight, that's perfect because Gervonta Davis isn't a big guy. He doesn't rehydrate that high. So that fight that you guys thought was so far-fetched, I don't think isn't so far-fetched. Now, honestly, maybe I'm clutching at straws here, so you guys can tell me if I'm clutching at straws or not. But the fact that he's even put in the time to learn English, I think deep down he knows there will be a fight that he comes to the USA for, and he's going to want to connect with the American fans. Because look, I know for myself, like when I go to different countries or I get around like cultures where I don't speak the language, I know I get uncomfortable. So I can't imagine someone who is like a gajillion times famous than me, when he gets, you know, around people that he doesn't understand the language or doesn't know how to express himself. It's tough. So I give him full credit. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to learn a language and then express yourself even for a brief amount of time in front of people. So shout out to him. But yeah, it's a big moment. That's the kind of thing, like, in a way, his star power has grown exponentially just in the last like year and some change since I've been in Japan. And this to me is another step in that direction towards him. Because to me, I mean, no disrespect to any other fighter in the world, but I really feel like with him, his star power knows no bounds. It has no ceilings because, you know, he's got the whole country of Japan behind him. He's someone that the hardcores will like. You know, we've never really seen. I mean, there's been great Japanese fighters in the past. Like, I'm not gonna discredit the great tradition that Japanese boxing has. I know it better than most here in the States, but there's never been anybody that I believe has been such a figure in the States in the boxing world. And he's gonna have a chance, I think, to really reach levels that no fighter ever has reached in terms of popularity, you know. Because again, we know in culture, Japanese culture is very prevalent in society with, you know, cartoons and video games and fashion and all kinds of things. So with him now in the boxing world, bringing that to the forefront, you know, bringing the Japanese culture to the forefront, like I said, I don't think he has any limits to how big he can get, and him learning English just even takes that up to another level. So yeah. Shout out to Naoya Inoue. Now look, I'm gonna end it like this. Hopefully, God willing, one day I'm not gonna beg for nothing, but again, it is something I do want to do before, you know, he retires. I would like to interview Inoue, and now that he's learning a little bit of English, maybe I'll have to learn a little bit of Japanese. But I still want the Naoya Inoue interview. It's still on my to-do list. So we'll see when that happens. I'm not gonna say if, because I believe in myself. I believe it's gonna happen. But yeah, Inoue speaks English on camera publicly for the first time here in the States. What do you guys make of it? How do you think this will impact Inoue as a star, not just in the States, but even like worldwide, because a lot of other countries speak English, you know. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canada, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.